Hello everyone. So today we are continuing with the class 9 political science chapter number 3 constitutional design. In this video we'll be mainly talking about the Constituent Assembly and what are the guiding values of the Indian constitution. So let's start with the topic. Now here first of all the word comes, that is the Constituent Assembly. Now what does the Constituent Assembly means? The drafting of the constitution was done by the assembly of the elected representative, and this assembly was known as the Constituent Assembly. Now you must be knowing that before making of the constitution, first the drafting of the constitution was done, and the members who did the drafting of the constitution, and these members, they were the elected representative. Okay, so who did the drafting of our constitution, so the assembly of those people are known as the Constituent Assembly. Okay, now next we'll be talking about that how our constitution was made. Now the elections were held in July 1946. Means here we are talking about the elections of the Constituent Assembly. The elections of the Constituent Assembly was held in the July 1946. So after this, the members of the Constituent Assembly were elected. Now after this, the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly, the members of the Constituent Assembly were held in December 1946. So just remember this date, December 1946. Now this was the date before the partition, before the independence of our country. Okay. So here the elected representative or the members of the Constituent Assembly were those people who were from the Pakistan also and from the India also. So after the independence, what happened, that few members who were the members of the Constituent Assembly, these people, they migrated into the Pakistan during the partition. Okay, so in India, only 299 members were left in the Constituent Assembly. Okay, so here we can say almost 70 people. Total number of members of the Constituent Assembly was 369, and 70 members, they have migrated to Pakistan. So only this much of people, 299 members, these people, they have written the constitution of our country. Okay. So the constitution adopted on the 26th of November 1949. Just remember these lines, beta, because many times I have seen that students get confused about these two dates. Okay, so just I'm repeating once again that the constitution adopted on 26th of November 1949, but it came in effect on 26th of January 1950. Here the date is same, but the months and the year is almost changed. Okay, so here it is said that the constitution, our constitution was adopted on 26th of November 1949. So it means that our the writing of our constitution was done in 26th of November 1949. So on that day we have adopted our constitution. Okay, but we applied this our constitution on 26th of January 1950, and you all know on 26th of January on every year 26th of January we used to celebrate our Republic Day, because on this particular day we declared our country as a republic, and that is why we celebrate the Republic Day. Okay, so why we have taken almost 2-3 months to enact or to apply our constitution on this particular day? Why we have not adopted and enacted our constitution on the same day? Now the reason behind it, because on this particular date, on 26th of January, this date is very much important, because I would say that 20 years before, in 1913, on 26th of January 1930, Mr. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister of our country. Now this person, he celebrated the first Independence Day during the British rule, during the colonial period. Okay, so that is why we celebrated our Republic Day on this particular date. to mark the importance of that particular day. Okay, so that is why we celebrate 26th of January as our Republic Day. Okay, now next is that why we people accepted the constitution made by the assembly more than 70 years ago. Now you all know it is almost more than 70 years ago that our constitution was drafted and it was made, it was written. But still we people, we means follow our constitution. What is the reason behind it? Why we have accepted and we are still following our constitution? Now behind it there were three reasons. Now the first is no large group or the political party has ever questioned the legitimacy of the constitution. Like as I have told you earlier also, that our constitution was made on the consensus of its time, okay, and many people. So you must be knowing that many countries, they have when they got independence, that time they have written their constitution. But after that also there were many many countries were there, they have rewritten their constitution. But in our case, in our country, our constitution was remained same. Now the reason behind it, that in our constitution we have given, when our constitution was written, that time we have given the basic rights to the people, equality to the people, we have given the freedom to all the citizens in our country, and we have protected the minority of our country. We in our country the discrimination is illegal thing. Okay, so we people, we our framers of the constitution, they worked on the basic structure of our constitution. So that is why no social group, no large social group or the political party did ever question the legitimacy of our constitution. Okay, so never it never happened that any large group or the political party, they have questioned, or they have means, though there are many individual peoples were there, small groups were there who means sometimes they have asked questions, but the large party or the large group of people, they have never questioned it. So that is why it was a, we can say that it was a very big achievement for our country, that the people of our country, they still follow our constitution because they are agreed with the basic rights or the basic structure of our constitution. Okay, now the second thing, the Congress itself included a variety of the political groups and opinions. You must be knowing that when our Constituent Assembly was elected, as I have written here, that the Constituent Assembly, here all the members in the Constituent Assembly, they were the elected representative. But that time the UAF, the Universal Adult Franchise System, was not there. But still the elected representative of the provincial legislature, these people, they have elected the members of the Constituent Assembly. And you must know that during that time in our country, only one party, one major party was there, that was the INC, Indian National Congress. So in the Constituent Assembly, the Congress allowed other people also to be the member of the Constituent Assembly. So by this we can say here, in our Constituent Assembly, there were people from the other regions, other religions, occupation or caste. Means here we can say that our constitution made by the people who belongs to the different caste, creed, gender, religion and occupation. Okay, so here all these people, they kept the interest and opinion of each and every group people. Okay, so so by this we can say that our constitution is not biased to any one particular group. Okay, now next is the constitution was made after a long debate and discussion. Okay, now here I would say that our constitution was not made in a single day or within a week or within a month. It took a longer period of time and many members, almost 299 members were there. So many members were there who have written our constitution. And before writing the constitution, they had a long debate and discussion. Okay, Mr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of the drafting committee, first he made the basic rules, basic principles of the constitution, of the drafting of the constitution. Then when all the people, they agreed upon it, so then only he had a discussion and debate over those basic principles of the constitution. Okay, and you all know that it took almost 3 years. um, I would say the exact is 2 years 11 months and 18 days to complete the drafting of our constitution. So the members of our constituent assembly, they did not remain in our country. They traveled around the world, and they took the good features from the other countries, from their constitutions, and they added in our constitution. Okay, so and all these means in the meeting of the constituent assembly, every words every words and clauses were spoken, and they were recorded and preserved. And when they preserved all these things, so it was one of the bulkiest, uh, means almost 12 volumes have been made. Okay, so by this we can say our constitution was made with the long debate and discussion. So here we can say that many people, they put their head together, and so there are very less chances of having any kind of wrong thing added in the constitution. Okay, so because of all these three things, we can say that that is why the people in our country, they still follow our constitution with wholeheartedly. Okay, now next we'll be talking about the guiding values of the Indian constitution. In our constitution, there were many famous personalities were there whose principles were included in the making of the constitution. Now let's talk about those people. Mahatma Gandhi. You must be knowing that Mahatma Gandhi, who was the father of our nation, he was the person who was who was behind the making our country free from the clutches of the Britishers. Now this person, though this person, he was not there in the Constituent Assembly. He was not the member of the Constituent Assembly. But there are many members who used to follow his vision, who used to follow his principles. Okay, so they have added their ideas and principles in the Constituent Assembly. Now, Mahatma Gandhi ji, he has written, there was a magazine, the Young India magazine used to be printed. So this person, Mahatma Gandhi ji, he has written in that Young India in 1931 about his views for the future India. And what was that? That he supported the idea of the equality, that all the people should be given equality in the country, and he was against the foreign rule. He doesn't want any kind of foreign rule in the country, and he wanted that the country should remain independent, and no other external power should interfere in our matter. Okay, and he wanted that there should be a peace in the society. Now how this peace in the society can be maintained? By providing equal rights to the people. Okay, and this person, he was against the untouchability. He used to consider untouchability as a curse, because and you all know that Mahatma Gandhi ji, he has given Harijan word to all the scheduled caste people. Okay, so this person, he think that if this untouchability will remain in our country, so it will hinder our progress. Okay, and he also wanted that the women should also be given the equal right, like, because he has seen that in the freedom struggle, the women of our country, they have also participated equally in the freedom struggle. Okay, so that is why he wanted that the women should be also given the equal right. So all these principles were also included in our constitution. Now next we'll talk about the B.R. Ambedkar. Mr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of the drafting committee of our constitution, Constituent Assembly. Now this person, he was little bit, he was having a little bit different views than the Mahatma Gandhi ji. He used to think that equality in the social as well as the economic life. He used to says that we have given the political equality to all the people. How we have given the political equality? By giving the fundamental right to the people, by giving the voting right to the people. But we should also given the equality to all the people in their social as well as the economic life. So it means he used to say that we should give the social equality to all the people, like especially to the minority people also. Okay, and we should encourage them to we should give some kind of reservation to them, so that we can help those people to achieve their target and to be in the place where the general category peoples are there. Okay, so next we'll be talking about the Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first prime minister of our country. Now this person, he in his first speech, this person, he has also given his views that he wanted to end the poverty in our country and ignorance for all the minority people. Okay, so means he says that we should end the poverty in our country, and we should end the ignorance also. We should take all the people together, only then we can unite our country. Okay, and inequality of the opportunity. There should not be any inequality in the opportunity. Means what kind of opportunity they are talking about? They are talking about the employment. Like if we give the employment to all the people, then there should be no equality in that opportunity with respect of any gender, caste, creed, religion. All the people should be given the equal opportunity in the field of the employment also. Okay, so by this we come to know that the principles of all these people, okay, and the values of all these people were already included in our constitution, though they were not the part of our constitution, except Mr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, so by this we have completed the portion of the Constituent Assembly. Now in next video we'll be mainly talking about the preamble. Okay, now the basic ideals of the preamble. Thank you.